Hello, I am back again. Now, I done fixed you. I ain't fixed you nothing. I fixed me. Had my breakfast sandwich. I had this Vietnamese soup, and now I have to taste for something sweet. So let me tell you something. I came into like this big box of yeast plain donuts, and I'm like, what am I going to do with them? So what I end up doing with them, I separate them into all these gallon Ziploc bag, and they're in my deep freezer. So I took out a bag and I said, you know what? I want something sweet. So what can I make? You know, I'm moving my little eyebrows that I barely have. So I said, what can I make? So I said, I'll make a bread pudding. So that's what I'm going to make, a donut bread pudding. So let's get this show on the road.
So, the first thing I'm going to do, and here go those donuts. I said, here's one Ziploc bag full, and I have like 20 more in my freezer. So, and they're just plain donuts, plain. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to chop them up in pieces. It smells so good. It smells so good. They're like just plain yeast donuts. So I'm going to chop them up. So you can see what I'm doing with the donut. I'm going to chop them up in 4 pieces like this. Boom. And just keep on going.
So next, I'm going to mix together 2 cups of milk, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Let me turn the right way, cinnamon, 2 eggs, and a teaspoon of vanilla, and a teaspoon of salt. So let me get my mixing bowl and let's get that together. Okay, got my mixing bowl. So it says 2 eggs. Got my eggs here. 1. 2. Let me throw these away. I should have had all this stuff together. My measuring tool. Had to get my measuring spoons and my measuring cup. So, we have our 2 eggs in here. I need 2 cups of milk, and what I have is just whole milk here. So, 1, 2. We got our 2 cups of milk. Put that off to the side. And what I will need is, it says 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Get that. Okay, let's see if I can just shimmy it in here. Oh, come on out now. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Okay. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm sorry, making all these loud noises. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I had some right here. I'm going to use this up. And if this don't fill it up. Oh, it did. That was a teaspoon. Wow. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then a teaspoon of salt. Be right back. All right, I'm back. And a teaspoon of salt. Make sure it say a teaspoon because I don't want to mess up and put too much. So a teaspoon of salt. All right, so I have my trusty mixy thingamajig. I can't think of the name off the top of my head right now. And so you just mix this together. And mix, and mix, and mix, and mix. Ugh. Smells good. All right, so I got that all mixed together. And then so what I do is hold on. See, I'm reading the recipe as I go. Let me move this out of the way. I'm reading the recipe as I go. So just don't pay me no mind. And actually the recipe says it's called a Krispy Kreme donut bread pudding. But I'm, doing a few modifications because I don't have Krispy Kreme donuts. I have plain yeast donuts. So we're going to see how this is going to turn out because I'm going to make a few modifications. So let me get back to it. Okay, so I got my mixture together. Oh, so before I did all this, I preheated my oven to 350 degrees according to the directions of the recipe. I have cubed my donuts and placed them in a large bowl. I have mixed my eggs, vanilla, cinnamon, salt, and milk together. I didn't want any pecan, so I didn't add that part. So I need to pour over the donuts my concoction. Okay, so I need a bigger bowl because this ain't gonna work for me. Alright, so I've gotten a bigger bowl. I'm gonna pour these in there. Voila, voila, voila. And so what it is asking me to do at this point is pour the mixture over over the cube donut. So here I go. I'm pouring it over. So I poured it over. And it said to let that absorb. So let it sit a minute until most of the liquid has absorbed. Okay. I'm trying to, all right. So I'm letting that sit for a minute until most of the liquid has absorbed. Let me grab a spoon so I can make sure that it gets absorbed through. Okay. And y'all want to see that? Y'all want to see? Look. Hold on. Little camera malfunction. So here is my donuts and that mixture. So I'm just, I'm doing this with one hand because I hope I don't mess nothing up. But I'm just trying to stir everything in so that, all the donuts get submerged at some point in this liquid. I think it's going to turn out good, y'all. I'll let you know. You know I'm gonna let you know because I'm gonna eat it right in front of y'all. So you see the gist of what I'm trying to do. So let me go ahead and do it. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my baking dish here. This is what I'm gonna put the donuts in. So let me get my cooking spray and I'm gonna spray it down. All right, so I have some baking cooking spray that I'm going to use. Spray it down, spray it down. Okay, so now pour it into the baking dish. It looked a little mushy. It don't look the best, but I still believe it's going to turn out well. So I'm just going to spread it out a little bit. And this is it required like a dozen, but this is like a little over a dozen. But that's okay. That's okay. Okay. So I got that all in the container. Okay, so my oven has heated to 350 degrees. So now I am going to put this in the oven for about an hour or until the center sets, whichever comes first, but it's probably going to be about an hour. So let me get that show on the road and let me throw this in the oven, and then we're going to make a sauce to drizzle on top. We'll be right back, or I'll be right back. I don't know why I done personified this beautiful bread pudding here. Well, it will be. I know that some of y'all say this don't even look good yet, but don't worry, just wait. So I am back. Now we are going to create the sauce. Well, no, now I'm going to create the sauce. I don't know where I get this wheat from. It's just me in here at the moment. So I'm going to create the sauce, which is going to consist of a third of butter. Butter makes everything better. I'm going to use 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. I'm going to give, I think it requires, let me shimmy to my recipe here. And then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So let me get that show on the road. So what I have in the saucepan is a 1 can of condensed milk. So that's about 14 ounces and a third a cup of butter. So I'm just letting that melt, and I want it to basically kind of sort of caramelize so I can drizzle that on top of the bread pudding. And then I'm going to take like 1 big delicious bite, because I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be good. I'll be back. Okay, now this is the final result. Okay, so what is on top of it is, I told you the 1 can of condensed milk, the butter, and I did put a teaspoon of vanilla. So that's what you see, like kind of, ain't no kind of, that's what I poured on top. So I put it back in the oven a little bit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So this is the final result. I'm going to let it cool and I'm going to taste it. Now, I'll be honest, it don't look the best. You win some, you lose some. But sometimes it's not about looks. With some foods, it's all about how it tastes. And once I let it cool, I'm going to take that taste test. Be right back. So, here I go. I'm going to taste the finished bread pudding. As you can see, we'll see. All right, first bite. Let's see how it turned out. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. Got distracted. Okay. First bite. I'll get a little bit of everything. quite good. That condensed milk, because with the plain donuts, they were plain. They didn't have any sugar on them, but they had a good flavor. But with me adding that condensed milk on top, the condensed milk and butter, that helps sweeten it. It ain't over sweet because condensed milk is pretty sweet, but it's not over sweet because the donuts weren't sweet. So it's a good balance. I just need a big cup of milk. I give this a thumbs up. Pretty good. Well, until next time, please comment, like, and subscribe. Share. But again, until next time, see you later. Woo.